And here's the lineup brought to you by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Mookie Betts leads it off, hitting .345. Brock Holt is at second. JD Martinez in left. Mitch Moreland at first. Xander Bogaerts at short, coming off a terrific night. Rafael Devers at third. Nunez the DH. Jackie Bradley in center, and Leon does the catching, batting in the 9 spot. Against the left-hander James Paxton, 6-1, ERA of 3.02.
Let's take a look at the Mariners defense. They are 4th in the American League, 34 errors on the season. Kyle Seager will be at third base. Gene Segura, the shortstop. Dee Gordon at second base, and Ryan Healy, the first baseman. Left to right, Ben Gamel. Geronimo Heredia, in center field. Mitch Haniger and Wright, and Mike Zunino doing the catching for Paxton.
Umpires tonight brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Bill Welke behind the plate. Lance Barrett's at first. Vic Carapazza at second. Tony Randazzo, the third base umpire. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit compra2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas noches, amigos.
And what a night. Absolutely spectacular. 68 degrees, mostly clear skies. It was a little cloudy, overcast this morning, but as is the case in Seattle, as the day wears on, it gets nicer and nicer, and it never rains here. It never rains here.
Not when we're here, anyway.
Well, the Red Sox facing one of the best in the business here tonight, the left-hander Paxton. Mookie Betts will be the first man in to test him. Paxton has not lost since his very first start of the year. 29-year-old left-hander has evolved into Seattle's ace. He tossed a no-hitter against Toronto on May 8th. That was right after he struck out 16 Oakland A's the start before.
And against the Red Sox, he's made 3 starts. He has a 2-0 record and 0.39 ERA. 1 earned run in 23 innings pitched in 3 career starts against Boston.
And he can bring it. He's up there in the high 90s. Mookie Betts in. We're ready to go in the first pitch. That's a strike, and we're underway. And with last night's victory, the Red Sox are now a season high 26 games over 500. He was a rare 0 for 4 last night. I thought the game was one of the best games of the year.
Yeah, it was really an entertaining ball game last night. Well played by both teams.
Brock Holt in the lineup. He's on deck. No Benintendi tonight. Key matchup presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Paxton's career against the Red Sox, as Jerry mentioned, 2-0, a 0.39 ERA. So he's been very, very good. Hard ground ball right to the shortstop. Bit of a bobble there, and that is going to cost Segura. On the very first play of the ball game, he commits an error on a shot right at him.
His 8th error of the season. That should have been the first out of the ball game, but Segura bobbles it, and once he bobbles it, there's no chance at all to get Mookie Betts at first base. That ball played him a little bit. He stayed back on it, and it kind of bounced up around belt high. And he knows he's got no chance. He couldn't even pick up the baseball.
Brock Holt in there tonight playing second base, hitting .309 with a homer, 15 runs batted in. Red Sox have kind of loaded up the lineup with left-handed hitters, even though Benintendi is resting tonight. Brock Holt getting in there. Sandy Leon, of course, is a switch hitter. Mitch Moreland's playing tonight. Rafael Devers as well. And the big reason for that is Paxton, oddly, as a left-hander, gets hit harder by lefties. They're batting .339 against him. Right-handers only .170.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is. When you looked at those numbers this afternoon, it was hard to believe.
Brock did not play last night, but he has been on base 6 times his last 2 games. Here's the 1-1 from the 6'4 lefty. In there for a strike.
He continues to make pitches like that. That .339 thing will go down. Those pitches right on the corner. Outside part of the plate against Brock Holt.
Now the crowd here itching for the first strikeout tonight. And Paxton's very much a strikeout guy. Tried to hold up. He went. So does Mookie Betts. He's going to go sliding into second base on the strikeout. on a pitch down into the dirt that fanned Brock Holt.
Yeah, that's the curveball from Paxton right there that Holt can't stay off. But then you see Mookie Betts, as soon as he reads the ball gets away from the catcher, he gets into scoring position at second base.
So that'll be a wild pitch. And it'll send up JD Martinez. JD hitting .317, 22 homers. He's driven in 55. Red Sox trying to strike right away, which they have not been doing recently, even though they have been winning games. 9-4 in the month of June. In there for strike one.
JD has faced Paxton 6 times. He has 3 hits against him. He is 4 for his last 8.
Mitch Moreland on deck. Betts at second. First inning just getting going in Seattle. And here's the 0-1 from the southpaw. JD pretty good night last night. Went 2 for 3 and he took a walk. In fact, he's walked in 5 consecutive games. It's a ballpark he is very fond of. Among all active hitters, he's number 1 in batting average here at .359.
He's had a knuckle curve, and it was not really that good a pitch. It stayed up in the zone a little bit, but it was toward the outside part of the plate, and he picks up the swing and miss. That pitch was elevated a little bit for a curveball.
Number 1 RBI man in the big leagues. And a 1-2. All even on JD. Sox are 20-8 in their last 28 games. For a while after the 17-2 start, they knocked around at around 500, but that's a distant memory, that period of play. One down, Betts at second, 2-2 coming. And down he goes. That fastball 95 miles an hour. Back-to-back Ks by Paxton.
That's as hot as he's thrown the fastball tonight. A couple to Martinez in that at bat at 95. Started out about 91 to 93, now up to 95.
So Mitch Moreland is next at first base tonight, hitting .281, 10 homers. He's driven in 30. Trying to reverse a bit of a spin here. 0 for 4 last night. 95, but off the outside for ball 1. Paxton needed just 99 pitches to toss his no-hitter against the Toronto Blue Jays. Wasn't a big strikeout game for him. He whiffed 7. But very economical. It was a swing and a miss.
It's that breaking ball again. That's what he made Holt look bad on. Keeping that curveball away from the left-handed hitters.
Here's the 1-1. And a good stop by Zunino, keeping that ball out in front of home plate.
You know, right now it's a little bit difficult on hitters because the hitter's backdrop is still in the sunshine, and they are all in the shade, and that's kind of a tough combination right there. Be about another inning or so before that's all covered.
Mitch at 300 with men in scoring position, 18 RBIs. Has the count of 2-1. Fouled that one off Zunino and knocked the mask right off his face.
96-mile-an-hour fastball. Good cut here by Moreland, but the foul tip, and off goes the mask for Zunino.
Well, they're expecting about 40,000 here tonight, with fireworks to follow the game. Already a very festive feel inside Safeco here for game 2. And the 2-2 from Paxton. Well, that was impressive. The error to start it, and then he struck out Holt, Martinez, and Moreland. Haniker and Cruz will be followed by Kyle Seager. Healy at first base. Gamble in left with Heredia in center, and Zunino does the catching. Against the Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers. That's Rick Porcello, 8-3, 3.54 the earned run average. Pitched a solid 6 innings and a 5-2 loss to the White Sox his last time out, allowing just 5 hits and 2 earned runs. Gordon 286 with a home run. And terrific speed. One of the fastest men in Major League Baseball. He has 19 stolen bases.
Yeah, pretty hot recently. 6 for his last 12.
And he can bunt. And Porcello with a 2-1. Slicer foul out of play.
Porcello already has thrown about 3 different pitches. He's thrown his fastball, he's thrown his slider, he's thrown his changeup, and back to the fastball again for the late swing from Dee Gordon.
Segura on deck. He's trying to chase down Mookie Betts for the batting lead. And that is in there for strike 3. Sits down Gordon right away. 1 gone.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, and they are 5th in the American League with 35 errors on the season. Rafael Devers at third base, Xander Bogaerts the shortstop, Brock Holt at second, and Mitch Moreland the first baseman. Left to right, J.D. Martinez, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Mookie Betts, and Sandy Leon doing the catching for Rick Porcello.
Here's Segura at 342, so he is within 3 points of the batting lead, held at the moment by Mookie Betts. 5 home runs, and he does have some pop. There's a drive out to left field. Martinez turning around, and you can kiss this one goodbye. That is a home run by Segura, his 6th of the year. That'll make it 1-0. The Red Sox had allowed just 2 home runs in the last 10 games, but this one was gone at the crack of the bat.
Segura is some kind of player. You know, he makes a mistake defensively in the first inning. Offensively, gets his first at bat and drills the home run. It looks like the fastball from Porcello. It is the two-seam fastball that went back inside, and Segura loses it.
1-0 Seattle in the first inning. Mitch Haniger, 271, 16 homers, and 52 driven in, having a terrific year. And a lot of clutch hits from him. He was 1 for 3 last night. He has never faced Rick Porcello. And 1-0. Pumped in there at 91. Rick Porcello had allowed only 7 home runs all season in 14 starts before that shot by Segura. Breaking ball and a chopper foul. Rick coming in 3rd in the American League in wins. He's 9th in winning percentage, but he's down 1-0. Nelson Cruz on deck. He's had a lot of trouble staying healthy this year, but when he's in there, he does damage. And a 1-2 down into the dirt.
Tried to put him away with a changeup that time, but bouncing it to the outside part of the plate. Haniger not biting on the outside changeup. There you see the changeup grip in the glove.
Looking for his second K, the 2-2. Gets him. 2 down.
A slider that time to pick up the strikeout. So 2 strikeouts, 1 on Gordon with a fastball, and now the slider to Haniger.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. The Red Sox have really separated themselves with the pitching staff over the last 25 games, an ERA of 2.84. Pitching's been off the charts, really. 2.03 in the last 11 games. Cruz, a 251 hitter, 16 home runs. He suffers from migraine headaches. They plagued him last weekend. Missed most of spring training with a quad strain. Then he homered in his first 2 games of the season when he came back. But when he returned to the dugout after the second one, he sprained his right ankle on the bottom step of the dugout as he was about to put his helmet away, and he landed on the DL again. That's in there for strike 3. So Porcello fans 3, but he gives up a solo home run. by Gene Segura, Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien, Garen Austin with you from Safeco. And Xander Bogaerts coming off a terrific night, one of his best all-around games. Will lead off the inning against Paxton, hitting .281, 10 homers. And the game-winning home run in the clutch. Also that sliding from the knees double play in a one-run game in the 6th inning. In those circumstances, it was a terrific play. Went 2 for 4. He also started the game-ending double play in the bottom of the 9th inning. How many times does this happen where your closer walks the first 2 men in the 9th in a one-run game and nobody scores?
No, and he got a couple of breaks too, because a couple of pitches that Cruz swung at were not good pitches.
Skipped up there, ball, 2 strikes. Devers on deck.
And you know that ground ball to Bogaerts to end the game, that was not an easy play because that ball kicked to his right. And he had to go down to his knees to make that play to get it to Nunez to turn it over.
Yeah, it was a hot smash too. 1-2. Tried to hold up, and he did on another one in the dirt. Doesn't mind bouncing that curveball. Devers next, Nunez to follow. 1-0 Seattle. High fly right field. Haniger back with plenty of room. And he'll make the play for out number 1. Now, during last night's game, Jerry Remy, who had already consumed one of these puppies, these lovely grasshoppers that are all the rage here in Seattle and are considered a delicacy. You said if the Red Sox won the game,
yep,
I'll do it again.
I did say that.
Red Sox won the game.
Yeah.
By a final score of 2-1, as that one is fly down the left field line out of play. Are you up for another one?
Well, I have no choice, and you can imagine that I've been thinking about this all day, and I'd like to get it over as soon as possible.
I'll tell you what, because you were brave enough to do that,
yeah,
and make that that stipulation, you'd eat another one. I will sit here and watch you eat another one. No, in fact, I'll have one too. If you have one, I'll have it.
You go first.
All right. God, they are.
I can wait.
They're disgusting, Jerry. Give one a shot, okay?
Well, that's a big one.
That's a big one. That's the dad, I think. Oh my God. Okay.
Did you get the bite yet?
I did that. Yeah.
Well, I said if the Red Sox win, I've got to do it, so I'm going to pick a little fat boy here after the pitch.
2-2 line into left field, and Gamble, a sinking line drive, makes a nice play. And that'll be out number 2.
Okay, this is a real grasshopper. There is no question about that. As you can see, it is not fake. And here it goes. And believe me, I've been thinking about this all day.
Second night in a row. Yeah.
I mean, it's no better than it was last night.
Okay, Nunez with the base is empty and 2 down. We'll get a strike. You know, everything you said in your scouting report last night is absolutely true.
Isn't that awful?
It's awful.
I'm glad that's over with. Now the Red Sox better win. Because we have tomorrow off, so that means I don't have to eat one tomorrow.
Right.
Oh, my God.
0-2. Just missed. You know, they really are disgusting.
Yeah, that's what we just ate.
Yeah.
And I don't care how you doctor them up.
Doesn't matter what you put on them.
They're not good. Maybe it's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
But that's the second one I've had, and I dislike that one as much as I dislike the first one.
Now, did you start seeing stars after a while?
No, I started
seeing
sweat.
Something.
Yeah. And I guess they're very popular here at the ballpark. Very, very popular.
Very popular.
They can't keep them in stock, and I just don't get it.
They said when Kirk Gibson was in here, he was eating them, by the mouthful.
Well, good for him.
Just shoveling them down. He can have ours. The 3-2 socked into center field. Little looper coming on will be Heredia. and retire the side. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning. See a skills competition at the All-Star game in addition to Home Run Derby. Text 1 for yes, 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote.
Kind of think that would be a hard one to put together.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what skills are we going to be taught? We're going to have guys racing, and you know, I mean, guys can get hurt. You know, that's what concerns me about that.
You don't want to pull a hamstring. Go to the All-Star game skills competition and pull a hammy. Kyle Seager leading things off here 1-0. That one tagged into right. Mookie Betts on the move. He can't get it. On the track against the wall. He wants second base, and it's dropped by Betts. So Seager is into second base standing up.
Yeah, Seager gets the breaking ball that time from Porcello. Hits a hard line drive that Betts really had no chance at. It was going to be a double anyway, even though Mookie dropped it out there. Looks like a curveball from Porcello that he's able to take and pull. You can see where Betts is playing. They're kind of shading him to the opposite field. So he had a long way to go for that, and it was hit so hard he could not catch up to it.
Well, Segura with a home run in the first inning, and Seager now down to second base. With a 2-base hit, that'll send up Brian Healy, the first baseman, 260 with 13 home runs. Healy, one of the new additions to the Seattle club. He was acquired from Oakland last fall. They've really been running through first baseman. He lunges and a line drive base hit. Mookie will come up with it down to third, stopping his Seager as the throw comes in. Back-to-back hits against Porcello here in the second inning. Time now for our Xfinity X1 report as we go down to Guerin.
OB Jerry, solid effort with the Grasshoppers, but guys, as you know, it takes about 24 hours to get that taste out of your mouth. It's pretty disgusting, so I give you guys some credit. Coming up in a little while, carrying on our tradition of doing some interesting things here in Seattle, I attempted to catch and throw fish earlier today. I'm a little bit disappointed you guys didn't join me, but I promise I didn't bring anything back from the market, so you're safe on that end.
All right, we look forward to seeing that. Gamble in, the left fielder, 300 with a homer. Nobody out there on the corners for the Mariners here. Among the finals today, the Yankees did blank Tampa Bay 5-0. Toronto beat Washington 6-5. Sox are trailing here 1-0. And the Mariners looking for more. Gamble's been a pretty hot hitter. These guys a pop. It'll be Devers racing over, but he runs out of real estate.
Yeah, Gamble right now 6 for his last 11, as you mentioned. 4 straight games he's hit in. He's 1 for 4 in his career off Porcello. And got a chance to give the Mariners another lead here, another run, I should say.
He's been really good at home, hitting .421 in his 21 home games. The 1-1. That's punched in for a strike.
A good pitch, fastball down and away.
Guillermo Heredia on deck. A strikeout here would be very big for Porcello.
Tried the two-seam fastball. A lot of movement on that fastball, but not close enough to be tempting for Gamble.
And a 2-2. He's filled up the count. Again, nobody out. Runners at first and third. Porcello's only walked 20 men in 14 starts coming into play tonight. Seager at third, Healy at first.
See if they start Healy at first base on the 3-2 count.
He's not running. That's rolled foul near the Red Sox dugout.
A lot of times with a sinker ball pitcher like Porcello, they will send the runner to try to stay away from a double play.
Red Sox and the Mariners' entire 7-game season series will be played in 11 days. Began with a victory for the Sox last night. And the 3-2. Ground ball back to him. He's going to fire on down to second. Runner breaking for home. Play at the plate, and it's dropped by Sandy Leon. They did get Healy down there at second base, and Gamble becomes the runner at first, but it's 2-0 Seattle. Could not get Seager at home plate.
That's a good base running play by Seager right there. Once he saw Porcello turn and throw to the shortstop, he just takes off for home because it's going to be a long throw from Xander Bogaerts. That's an excellent base running play. Porcello thinking they could probably get the double play and maybe give up the run, but the fact is they did not get the double play and they still gave up the run anyway.
So it's a fielder's choice and an RBI to make it 2-0 and bring up Heredia, 260 hitter with a couple of home runs. Red Sox falling behind, and remember, it's Paxton they're facing tonight. Going to be tough to score anyway if he's on.
Take one more look at that last play, and you'll see Porcello first he'll look at third, and then he'll go to second. Once he made that move to second base, that's when the runner at third took off, and it had to be a rush throw by Bogaerts, knocked down by Leon.
So one gone, another run in, and he'll take downstairs for a ball. Zunino on deck. And Porcello with the 2-0. Crack foul. He's allowed 3 hits, a homer, a double, and a base hit. Looking for that ground ball to turn 2, the 2-1. Stephen Wright going tomorrow against the left-hander Wade LeBlanc. That game will be on Fox. Then on Sunday, right back here on NESN, Eduardo Rodriguez against the right-hander Mike Leake. Erod going in 8-1. Leake at 7-3. The pitch fouled off again. Red Sox leading the majors with 48 wins. They've started out this road trip in fine style, winning the first 4, but down here tonight early 2-0.
It's like a little throw to first base here. And a flip of the thumb by Sandy Leon means throw to first.
Red Sox starters have allowed 2 earned runs or fewer in 10 of the last 11. But Porcello touched up early. Here's the 3-2 runner goes, and a swing and a miss for strike 3 with the runner down to second base. Campbell had started with the pitch, and there are 2 down.
Goes back to the breaking ball to pick up a strikeout. The runner was off, but the ball got by Leon, so there's nothing they could do. So Mariners on a strikeout get a man in scoring position. That was the slider right there from Porcello. And right there, never really scooped on the backhand by Sandy Leon.
Sends up the number 9 man, Mike Zunino. First round draft pick out of the University of Florida. Little number toward first base, but a foul for strike 1. Well, he does have pretty good power. He's hit 10 home runs.
And he's got 1 in his career off Porcello.
And the righty's 0-1. That's a strike.
That's been a pretty good pitch. That's his same fastball running back in on the outside corner of the right-handers.
Mentioned this last night, the similarity to the batting stance of Zunino to Evan Longoria. It's a dead ringer, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly the setup is very, very similar. Now, what happens after the setup may be a little bit different. But very calm, everything's quiet. High bat.
Porcello allowed a home run in the first inning to Gene Segura, but he struck out 3. He's allowed a double and a single and another run in this inning with a strikeout. And Zunino is a big strikeout guy. Gamble the runner. 2-2.
Everything away from Zunino in this at bat. From fastballs to breaking balls. Outside part of the plate.
Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball hammered off the bag. It caroms off third base. Here comes the run. Here's the throw, and they're not going to get him. And that'll make it 3-0 Seattle. A shot right off third. And then carrying up into the air. Devers had to race out to get it. And Gamble comes home.
Well, we've seen that a couple of times this year, and it's very unusual. It was a hanging breaking ball that time, not a real good one by Porcello, and he hit a rocket down that third base line that, of course, bounced off the bag, and Devers has to chase it down. He gets to it, turns and throws home, but it's not going to be in time. It throws up the first base line. That ball really went high after hitting the bag. That was a pretty good play by Devers to get back and field it on one hop.
But another hit. And they are hitting Porcello pretty hard early. And they'll send up Dee Gordon, the leadoff man, who was called out on strikes in the first inning. And this has been a long second inning for the right-hander. He has thrown 38 pitches. And counting. 23 in this inning. Two down, Zunino aboard, and the 0-1. And a little squibber there to first base. Moreland will make the play. Back to the bag for out number 3, but they out on a couple more now. 3-0 Seattle.
Outdoors, the Mad Fisherman heads up to Lake Winnipesaukee in New Hampshire to meet up with owner of Easton Propane and Oil. Then he hangs out with New England's own comedian Dave Russo. Catch it all tomorrow beginning at noon on Nesson.
Well, back for the third inning against the left-hander James Paxton. Red Sox are down 3-0. And looking for their first hit. Jackie Bradley 184 with 3 home runs. And an RBI double last night. He's a .329 career hitter against Seattle, so he's done well against the Mariners. 1-1 to count. That includes 1 7 RBI game. Trickle foul, 1-2. Leone next, and then Mookie Betts. So Red Sox trying to come back against one of the best pitchers in the American League here tonight. 1-2. Paxton's stuff and blazing fastball have been there for years, but so have injuries. He's landed on the DL 4 years running with finger and elbow, forearm, and lat issues. Native Canadian with a 2-2.
They're hanging around 95 with that fastball so far tonight. We have not seen a 99 yet.
You know, last year he began to fulfill his high promise. He went 12-5 with a .298 ERA. His payoff pitch. Question is, can he avoid injury this year, because so much really hinges on him.
Absolutely. His numbers are off the charts.
Yeah, his numbers this year actually compare very favorably to those of Chris Sale. 3-2. There's a base hit. Pass Gordon on into right field, so the Red Sox have the leadoff man on here in the third inning. The Red Sox and Mariners meet again next weekend for a 3-game series at Fenway. Get your tickets right now at redsox.com Tickets.
Now Jackie Bradley facing the left-hander. He's been swinging the bat better recently, and I gave you those numbers early in the game, how lefties have had more success. Bradley with the base hit on the ground by Dee Gordon.
And Devers hit a line drive, hit it well, although for an out in the second inning.
Yeah, Red Sox got to get some runs quickly here because you can't let this guy get on a roll. Once he gets on a roll, he is very, very tough. Got to get back in this game as quickly as possible.
Sandy 231 with a couple of home runs. And Paxton came in 89 in the third innings, 111 strikeouts and only 25 walks. Chris Sale does have 18 more strikeouts than he has. That disappeared. Sandy homered in his last game against Seattle. July of last year here at Safeco Field. Bradley on, and the 1-1. Pop foul on the play. Very, very pleasant day in Seattle, so everybody was out. Everybody and everybody they know was out.
Yeah, very crowded streets today here in this city. Beautiful city. Great day to be outdoors.
Temperatures in the 60s. Going to be up around 80 tomorrow for game 3 of the series. Now Bradley perfect 7 for 7 in stolen bases. Running, and that's going to be in there to catch him looking. Strike 3 and number 4 for Paxton.
See, that's how he fools you sometimes. You know, you think about that fastball that's in the mid-90s, and then he throws the cut fastball off of that. Picks up the strikeout here on a cutter. Right to the outside part of the plate. Pulled in a little by Zunino, but still a good pitch.
So they'll send a Mookie Betts. Mookie reaching on an error in the first inning. It was wild pitch down to second, but nobody could bring him in as Paxton struck out Holt, Martinez, and Whelan in succession. Mariners on top 3-0 in the third inning. Mookie blasted his 18th home run on Wednesday. That was in Baltimore. Still leading the major leagues in batting average at the moment. That one stopped and Bradley can't go anywhere. Jackie back to the bag. And despite missing 14 games, Betts is still second in the majors in runs scored. Brock Holt would be next. And a 2-1.
Topped out again that time at 95 with that fastball. Kind of tied up Mookie Betts a little bit on that swing. See the fastball get inside a little bit on Betts.
Tried to sneak it over that inside corner, but he missed with the cutter, and the count goes full 3-2. He's another hard throwing lefty that does not walk that many. He is in the strike zone. Here's his 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. Segura with the backhand has a lengthy throw. He skipped it, and it's off the glove of Healy. Jackie Bradley carrying that helmet like a football down to third base.
Now that to me is a mental mistake by Segura. I mean, to me, He had a force out at second base on Jackie Bradley, and instead he tries to throw Betts out at first base and makes a bad throw. Now, I may be mistaken, but we'll take a look on replay. I thought he had an opportunity to get the runner at second base. He goes to the backhand. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's got a chance to get Bradley. Instead, he goes across the diamond, so that's a big break for the Red Sox right there.
That's a base hit and an error to allow Bradley to get to third base. So he's already made 2 errors at shortstop. See if the Sox can take advantage now. Brock Holt struck out in first inning. First and third, only 1 away. And a ground ball through the hole and a base hit. Here comes Jackie Bradley to score. Mookie Betts to second. They'll make it 3-1. 16 RBIs for Brock.
All right, here comes the grasshopper. Brock Holt going to the opposite field on the ground for the base hit. And you got to kind of go back to that play by Segura. I just don't think it was a good play. I mean, you know, as an infielder, you have to know the speed of the runner that's running. And you got to know Mookie Betts is going to get down that line. You got no chance of getting him.
Sure.
I mean, the only chance he had was a force at second base. Big break for the Red Sox. See if they can really capitalize on it.
Well, it does bring up J.D. Martinez, who struck out first time. Sox on the board.
One more look at Segura going to the backhand, but we can't see Bradley in that shot. But to me, there's no other option but to go to second base.
So it's Betts at second, Brock Holt at first. Martinez, number 1 in the majors with 55 runs batted in. Moreland on deck. Check swing, line foul up over the dugout of the Mariners.
Three hits in the inning for the Red Sox.
JD trailing only Mookie Betts and Mike Trout in slugging percentage and OPS. They lead at first and second. 1-2.
Keeping that fastball upstairs. The second and third pitch to J.D. Martinez at the top of the strike zone.
Whole team together presented by Lowe's. Red Sox the only team in the majors with 6 players to have hit 10 or more home runs. One-two coming. 97. But off the plate, 2-2. Trout has the lead in home runs at 23, 1 more than Martinez at the moment. Line into right field. Haniger racing back, and it is off his glove. Mookie Betts had to wait on that. Brock Holt goes down to second. Betts into third, and they're all loaded up as Haniger had all sorts of trouble with that in right field.
Yeah, it's looked like he was in slow motion going back after that. Now the question is asked, why does Mookie Betts go back to the back? Well, the reason is because, first of all, he was unsure whether it was going to be caught. Now with 2 outs, with 1 out, obviously, you go back to the bag and tag up, but right there, the ball goes over his head. He was unclear. I think he thought that Haniger was going to catch that ball too.
So did everybody else.
Yeah, it was a kind of a road jam over there at second base.
They're going to charge you with an error.
Wow, that's a tough error. Yeah, it's a ball he could have handled, but that's a bullet over his head.
Yeah, that's an above average effort play. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. That can't be an error.
We'll see if they turn that around, but right now they're all loaded up for Moreland.
And there he goes back. He's going back as hot as he can right there, and the ball goes off the top of his glove. How are you going to give him an error on that?
That's a hit. That should be a hit.
That's ridiculous.
They rule at E9 right now. So Moreland 0 for 1. He has a man at every base. And how about the way this inning has evolved? Already, Seattle has been charged with 3 errors. 2 of them in this inning. Broken bat liner, and that gets under the glove of Seager. Here comes Mookie. Here comes Brock Holt right behind him. It barely got through, and the Red Sox capitalize and have tied the game. How about that?
Well, that's got to be an error. That one should be an error right there.
Wow, what a turnaround here. Tied up 3-3 on this shot by Moreland.
Just a little broken bat, one hop at a third base. He can't make the play, and 2-run score. It does go an error on the third baseman, Seager. What a weird inning this has been.
Bizarro world. So another error. Their 4th of the game already. Their 3rd of the inning, just underneath that glove.
But that ball could have been caught in the air. It could have been caught on one bounce.
Only one away. 1st and 2nd for Xander Bogaerts. The Red Sox could be a base hit from taking the lead here. Remarkable stuff. So Martinez down to 2nd. Moreland on the E5 at 1st. Well, you thought the Red Sox had to capitalize on the first miscue by Segura, but they've made error after error since then. And a 1-0 stop by Zunino.
Now that could shake Paxton up big time, because you know when you play bad defense like that behind somebody, it's got to shake you up a little bit. I don't agree with the one call, obviously, on for J.D. Martinez on the line drive to the opposite field, but all the rest plays could have been made.
Well, they've been playing like a playoff club until tonight. And the Red Sox jump on them. The 2-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Well, you fall behind a pitcher like this, a guy who's thrown a no-hitter, who's one of the candidates early on anyway for the Cy Young. You fall behind 3-0 and you figure it's going to be straight uphill. But several miscues.
Well, as the Red Sox said, they get by with a little help from their friends, and their friends right now are the Seattle Mariners.
Well, Seager still contemplating his mistake at 3rd. Only 1 down, and the 2-1. That's off the mitt. Right to the backstop, and the runners are going to advance to 2nd and 3rd.
This has become like Little League. It really has. I mean, a wild pitch or a pass ball. We'll see how they score it. I think it's going to be a wild pitch that goes way around off the glove of the catcher Zunino, and 2 men get in the scoring position. And if these 2 men score, I'm going for another grasshopper. I'm not kidding you.
There might be something to it.
There might. Yeah, there could be.
And the count 3-1 on Xander. High fly ball into right center field. That one carrying back. Haniger going back. And that ball is out of here. Xander Bogaerts crushing one. And the Red Sox turn the game on its ear in Seattle. His 11th home run of the season.
Wow, is he having a series? Last night pulling the ball for a home run. This time going oppo for the home run. What a mess of an inning this has been for the Seattle Mariners. And break out the grasshopper. Here it comes. I don't care. They're terrible, but I'm having another.
Red Sox on top 6-3 as Rafael Devers gets in. He is 0 for 1 with a liner to left.
There's the pitch on the home run. A fastball down about 95 miles an hour. And he launches it.
Goodness gracious.
All right, ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
Here it goes. This is a big one, too. This is a long one.
If you're doing one, I'm doing one, brother.
What an inning.
Oh,
baby.
They get better every
No, they don't.
Wow. You said it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, I don't think that one went all the way down. Here's the 2-0. Tried to jump on that pitch at 95. The 2-1. Pop but foul back out of play. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer long you can stop by your local Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze. Base hit up the middle. The radio to scoop that up, and the hits and the mistakes keep on coming for the Mariners.
Yeah, that ball, another rocket there. That's two hit very hard by Devers off Paxton. One was for a line drive out. This time he hits the right to the right of the second baseman for the base hit. Still only one out in the inning.
Yeah, and the Red Sox are about to bring their 9th hitter in the inning up to bat, and that'll be Nunez.
You know what I'd do? I'd put the hit and run on right here. Keep the pressure on. They might make another mistake.
Well, Nunez handles the bat so well. Runner holding on the first one, cut on and missed. Well, it began innocently with a base hit from Jackie Bradley. And after an out, Mookie Betts with the base hit, where Segura tried to throw him out at first. He committed the first error. Brock Holt singled. J.D. Martinez hit a shot to right. Runner goes. Throw down to second. He's going to slide in. He's safe.
Now Devers now has 4 steals on the season. And he got a great jump over at first base. Keep the pressure on. Anytime you get an opportunity like this, you get a team back on their heels, keep it on.
One. It's got to be the longest inning of Paxton's season. He's up to 71 pitches. 37 this inning. And a lot of mistakes around him. Here comes the 2-1 to Nunez. And he popped that foul back out of play. We have seen it all season long, Jerry, going back to the very early days of the 2018 season. When you make mistakes, the Red Sox make you pay.
Well, they got that kind of offense. You know, they've got the kind of offense. They've got guys that can make you pay for mistakes.
And a 2-2. Jackie Bradley, who began the inning with the single, is on deck. He scored the first run of the comeback. And what a comeback it's been. Red Sox entered the inning down 3-0. Another base runner now as Nunez will take ball 4. And now they lead it 6-3. And Service is coming out.
Catch a condensed 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight on Sox and 2. Sox and 2 is brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get iced coffee for 99 cents any size, any day.
I don't think there's any question the mistakes they made shook him up.
Without question. When you're that good of a pitcher and you're playing with bad defense behind you like that consistently, one play after another, it's got to affect you.
And he was sailing in the first couple of innings. The Red Sox jump all over him. His teammates make a lot of errors, and it is 6-3. He threw 74 pitches but could not get out of the third inning. Jason Bradford, the right-hander, will enter the contest here and try and stop the Red Sox, but Xander Bogaerts with a 3-run homer. Obviously the key shot to put the Red Sox in front 6-3. Time now for our high strength steel play, which is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado.
Well, number 11 on the season for Bogaerts. That ball down a little bit toward the outside part of the plate, and his big ballpark can't hold Xander Bogaerts. 380 right there. That's a pretty good poke. to the opposite field.
So Jackie Bradley will be digging in a moment against Bradford, who comes out of the bullpen and is probably thoroughly shocked, as is Paxton, to be out of the ball game.
And he has had nothing but success against the Red Sox in his previous 3 starts, but not tonight.
Bradford making his 24th appearance. He's pitched very well, 4-0, an ERA of 2.36. Last game, though, he gave up a couple of solo home runs against the Angels, although Seattle swept that series. Red Sox took game 1 here last night, now in front in game 2, 6-3 in the 3rd inning. We were talking about Guerin a little bit earlier at the fish market, and we'll be showing you some of that in a little bit. So Guerin spent her day.
So gross. I wonder if Jerry would want to eat it. Oh my God!
That's a fun day. First and second with 1 down. Bradley with a base hit and a run in this inning. And that's quite a tradition when they hurl the fish and you're expected to catch them.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's coming up.
Leone on deck. Devers and Nunez aboard, and that one ripped but foul. So the Red Sox have scored 6 times here so far in the top half of the 3rd inning. And a 1-1 pitch to JBJ, whose bat has come alive here in the last couple of games. He'll look at a strike. Mariners have committed 4 errors. They've been charged with 4. We certainly think that Martinez should have a base hit.
Yeah, I think it's 3 errors in an inning. I think that'll be changed.
The 1-2. Jackie last night with a double. And we mentioned that the best game he's had at the plate in his career came against Seattle August 15 of 2015, when he went 5 for 6 with 3 doubles, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, and he scored 5 times. So no surprise he's had some good swings in this series. Knocks that one foul out of play down the left field line. The Red Sox were down 3-0 coming into the inning. And a 1-2 pitch from Bradford. Line shot, that'll be caught by Healy, back to the bag, but not in time to double up Nunez.
Another ball hit hard, though. Bradley with a line shot, but Healy right there to make the play. It was a race back to the bag, and Nunez will win the race with a head first slide.
So that'll send up Sandy Leone, who struck out looking his first time up. He'll turn over and bat left-handed against the right-hander Chasen Bradford. With Devers at second, Nunez at first, now 2 away. Rick Porcello has been so good throughout his career when he gets a lead. Well, he's got one now, and it's a stunner. How quickly the Red Sox turn this thing around. And a ground ball to second baseman. Gordon has this, and that will retire the side, but the Red Sox score 6 times, highlighted by the Xander Bogaerts 3-run shot to put the Sox in the lead. Pitching line. He's now out of the game. Brought to you by Lexus, inviting you to see, hear, feel, and experience amazing. Short outing for him. Just 2 1/3 innings. It came apart in great big pieces on him. And Segura, who homered in the first inning, is a big reason why he's made 2 errors. To his left, Devers will pick that and sling on to get him. And 1 away here in the 3rd inning. Red Sox in front 6-3. And a stunning turnaround. Haniger will be next. He whiffed in the first inning. Rick Porcello has been really reliable with a lead. And as expected, they have taken away that error on Haniger on a Martinez line drive and made that a hit.
No surprise there.
Yeah, and very deserving of that base hit. Haniger whiffed in the first inning. He's having a really good year with a lot of game-winning hits. Right in the heart of their lineup is the number 3 man. Won a game with a walk-off home run the other day against the Angels here. Nelson Cruz on deck. So the Sox now with 6 hits up there. Popped up toward right, backing up Brock Holt. Plenty of time, and he's got it. 2 up and 2 down.
That's exactly what Porcello would like to do. Get a nice quick 1-2-3 inning. Don't miss the game, especially when the Sox are on the road. Import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes prior to each game with matchup info, streaks, updated times, and more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import it now. It's presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox in Major League Baseball.
Cruz struck out in first inning. And just a 176 lifetime hitter against Rick Porcello, 6 for 34. One of those hits is a home run. Bases empty, 2 down. Popped up down the right field line. Moreland giving chase. Long run. Can't get to it. They're going to have one of their bigger crowds of the season here tonight. But a lot of them right now are in shock over what they just saw. And it was a fun inning for the Red Sox, though. Here comes the 1-1. And he left it downstairs with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Seager on deck. And the 2-1 from Porcello. And he popped it up a mile in the air, round shortstop. Bogart's waiting for that to come down, and Xander's got it. And Porcello has a 1-2-3. the Yankees and summer weekend games and some of the best seat locations at Fenway. For more information, go to redsox.com/premiumflex. Sox fans dancing here in Seattle, and they ought to be. Red Sox lead it 6-3 after falling behind 3-0 at the outset. The Red Sox came roaring back, helping hand by the Mariners, and it is now 6-3 as we go to the fourth inning. And this will be Rob Whelan out of their bullpen. Just recalled a couple of days ago from AAA. So already their third pitcher in the game, and a game started by their ace, James Paxton.
Yeah, brought in a reliever last inning. This guy's been starting games at the minor league level. That's why he begins this inning.
Mookie is 1 for 2. He's reached on an error and he's singled, and there was an error on the throw. And he scored one of those 6 runs last inning, as did Brock Holt. And the 0-2 from Whelan. Lunging and a looper, and that'll be caught by the leaping Gordon for the out. So one man gone. Ace Ticket is Boston's trusted source for tickets to all Sox games and concerts at Fenway. Prices and service are better than you can imagine. Go to aceticket.com right now. Brock Holt had a key hit in the third inning rally, a single, and he scored a run. He's 1 for 2. Getting to start at second base tonight. This was the third shortest start of James Paxton's career, by the way. Just 2 1/3.
We talked about his fastball, touching 99. He got no higher than 95 in the game tonight.
True. The 2-1 pitch. There's no question that all the errors they made,
it has to have an effect.
Miscues, it had to.
It does.
And I think Scott Service, the manager, saw that, went out to get him, realizing he wasn't going to make a comeback in the game. 2-2. Breaking ball chopped over the hill. Segura with it. He'll fire on and got him at first base. 2 down.
That has been a bunch of miscues tonight for the Seattle Mariners, and it started back in the first inning when Segura, on a ground ball by Mookie Betts, he boots it, and obviously no play at first base on Betts, and then a bad decision to go to first base right there, in my opinion, to try to get the out, and then a little blooper that could have been caught in the air or on a bounce gets by Seager at third base. 2 runs come in.
So Martinez now to base hit. Once they changed it, the line drive that Haniger did not catch. Caught some of the top of the glove, but originally ruled an E9 and changed to a single. He's 1 for 2. Bases empty, 2 down. 6-3 Boston. 2 more to come here in Seattle after tonight. Stephen Wright looking to keep his knuckleball dancing. He goes in 2-0 tomorrow with a 1.21 ERA. He's been brilliant. Wade LeBlanc, his opponent, left-hander, goes tomorrow. He's 2-0. And then Rodriguez on Sunday against Leake. And what is a getaway day? The Red Sox will have Monday off. They'll enjoy that in Minneapolis, Minnesota, before 3 final games on the trip against the Twins, who just got Joe Mauer back off the DL. 1-2.
Basically sink a slider from Whelan so far. and keeping everything away from J.D. Martinez.
The 2-2 to the #1 RBI man in the majors. To the third baseman. That'll be hoovered up by Seager. It's a fast inning. Red Sox go in order. Why not take the time right now to place your Dunkin' Donuts order using the on-the-go mobile ordering app. Place your order right now and then just click I'm ready to pick up in the morning. America runs on Dunkin'. Back at Safeco, the roof is wide open. It will be throughout the series. Red Sox with a 6-3 lead here in a game that turned in a blink of an eye with a 6-run third inning for Boston. Seager will lead things off. He had one of those 3 errors in the inning. Originally charged. He took one away. But Seager's was a big one. At the plate he has a double and he has scored a run. And Porcello will drive it in there for a strike on a changeup. He'll be followed by Healy and then Gamble. Porcello was handed a 3-run advantage and then did his job. He got 3 in a row. Very quick outs in the third inning. And he does an excellent job in situations like this, pitching to contact. You see Seager, though, trying to break him up, trying to disrupt his tempo by standing out of the box. Big shift on Brock Holtz in short right field. Look at that, 47-6 and 66 starts. And he gets 3 or more runs of support. 2-2. And a 2-2 from Rick Porcello. That one's spoiled on a pop-up out of play. Sox have played pretty well against the AL West. They are 11-7 against the division. Red Sox have been ridiculous against the AL East, actually. Here's the 2-2. With a record against the division of 28-10. They played a lot more games, for example, against the AL East than the Yankees have. Well, the Yankees beat Tampa Bay today. Will be fouled back into the net.
3-2 changeup that time by Porcello. Good job by Seager to foul that off. The last thing you'd be expecting 3-2.
So enjoying a lengthy at bat. 3-2 coming.
Another one.
That time he put him away with a change.
Back-to-back changeups on a 3-2 count to pick up the strikeout to lead off the fourth inning. This one's sailing away. A lot of movement on that at the end.
It's his 5th strikeout tonight. Brings up Healy, who had a base hit first trip. When you talk about all the errors that Seattle has been charged with tonight, 3 of them already. They came in a pretty good defensive club, ranking number 6 in the major leagues. Tag, Bradley back. Jackie's there to circle though, and he's got it. Well shy of the track, and it's 2 up and 2 down.
Catch an all-new episode of Dining Playbook tomorrow morning at 9 as Billy and Jenny head to Beacon Hill Hotel and Bistro to try their new summer menu. Plus, don't miss a 7-hour-long Dining Playbook marathon tomorrow afternoon, beginning at 3 p.m. It's driven by a New England Chevy dealer.
I know what's going to be brand new on the menu. A little grasshopper surprise.
Oh, we may have to pack some up and take them to Minnesota.
Minnesota.
We'll see.
I think Dave Dombrowski is promising that that's going to happen. The Red Sox continue to win.
I heard that rumor today. I don't know if that's true or not, but
promising.
Yeah, have them shipped in.
Fresh for every broadcast. Fouled away by Gamble. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored a run in the second inning when they took a 3-0 lead, and it was looking rather bleak for the Red Sox with Paxton on the mound. But man, what a turnaround as the Red Sox rallied to get 6 in the third inning. 2-2. Red Sox at 48-22. Mariners have been a very good ball club, 44-25. And facing the Red Sox for the first time this season in this 4-gamer. Bases are clear with 2 down, and Porcello with a 2-2 home. Looking for a second consecutive 1-2-3 inning. And he gets him. He struck him out. 2 Ks in the inning. Partnership with Nesson and the Greater Boston Food Bank. You can visit your Boston area Lexus dealer from now through the end of the month and donate non-perishable food items. For more information, visit Nesson.com/Lexus. To the fifth. Moreland leading it off. Red Sox 6 and Seattle 3 here in game 2. Mitch 0 for 2, a strikeout, and he's reached on an error. And a broken bat roller into the shift. Gordon on the approach. One away. Bogarts will be next. Stay tuned after the third out of this half inning for the mid-fifth studio show with Mark James. Well, the key hit, and it certainly was last night too, came off the bat of Xander Bogaerts in the third inning as he spanked a 3-run homer. Hit the game-winning home run last night, although that was a solo shot. One man away.
Another look at the Bogaerts home run going to the opposite field. 3-run shot. That ball carried very well, and it usually does not carry well in this ballpark.
Over the 380 mark. So his 11th. Rafael Devers on deck. Whelan into his second inning and the 1-1. Red Sox in the midst of a 10-game, 11-day road trip through Baltimore, Seattle, and Minnesota. Fouled off himself, and he goes down in some pain. And down on all fours. And we'll need some attention. Alex Cora is coming out as well to see what's up with Xander.
See where he got this. Right off the foot, it looked like. Right off the left foot, I believe. Sinking fastball hits on top of it.
Well, looks like he's going to be able to continue.
Says he's okay, and back to the dugout goes Cora.
And the count 2-2. One down, the bases are clear here for the Sox. We are in the fifth inning. Lunging in a fly ball in the right center, charging on Heredia. He'll take it. For out number 2 in front of Rafael Devers. And appears to be running okay. Devers tonight is lined to left and singled. He has also stolen a base. That was part of the 6-run uprising in the third inning. And Whelan's 1-0. Is tapped to first base. Healy will scoop that, and that'll do it. Red Sox go 1-2-3 here in the fifth. Time to check in now with Mark James for the mid-fifth studio show. Mark. Porcello, since he was given a 3-run advantage, has set down the last 6. Ooh, so good.
Oh, goodness.
Ah, the things you do for TV, Jerry Remy, that's in there for a strike.
Things I do for life. I don't know about myself.
Heredia 0 for 1. He has struck out. They'll be followed by Zunino and Gordon. So it's 8-9-1 against Porcello. On a pretty sunset here in Seattle. In the great Pacific Northwest. One and 2. Porcello with a victory tonight would improve to 9-3 on the season. And it did not start out great for Rick. He gave up 3 runs pretty quickly, but he has been rolling. As he strikes out another man, he gets Heredia, 1 man gone.
That second time he's got him on the curveball tonight. Got him on a curveball back in the 2nd inning. Gets him on a curveball here in the 5th inning to start it off. So, you know, Porcello, since getting the 6 runs, has looked like a different guy. He was struggling. He was struggling the first couple of innings.
He did. I mean, he gave up a home run right away to Segura. He allowed a double, a base hit, and another base hit in the 2nd inning. Looked like he was on the ropes a little bit. But not since then, not since the 6. Zunino with a base hit and an RBI in the 2nd, 1 for 1. To the third baseman, friendly bounce for Devers. Plenty of time to get it there, and 2 down.
If you're still stumped on a great Father's Day gift, find out what your favorite Red Sox gave their dads. Plus, we're unmasking the future of catcher's gear. It's an all-new Nissan Clubhouse Sunday afternoon at 2:30, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts.
Brings up the top of the order, Dee Gordon. He struck out looking and grounded to first. A speedy second baseman. He's also an outfielder. And filling in for Robinson Cano, suspended 80 games. Boy, how about this crowd tonight? 44,459.
Nice to see here in Seattle.
It's their largest crowd since opening day. That's home and road. Segura on deck. 0-2 coming. Porcello trying to make Gordon his 10th consecutive to be set down on the count 2-2. Some guys really know what to do with a lead, and Rick Porcello is one of those guys. And the 2-2 just tap foul.
Good change up right there by Porcello. You know, a lot of times guys like Gordon, who don't hit a lot of home runs, so what do they look for all the time? Fastballs, and they become very vulnerable to off-speed pitches, especially changeups. It's like a fastball inside. See if Porcello goes with a changeup down and away now. A couple of ways to go. Changeup down and away, slide it down and in. Back in with the fastball.
Up the middle he goes with a base hit. So his first single tonight. Gordon is on with a 2-out hit. And Segura will be next. He's blasted a home run. He's also grounded out, 1 for 2. Segura trying to close in on Mookie Betts for the American League batting lead. Started the evening just a few points behind Mookie. It's a guy a couple of times in his career has achieved 200 hits. Been a really good offensive player. Recently signed to a 5-year deal to stay in Seattle. Red Sox ahead 6-3 in the 5th. Ground ball to base hit under the feet of Gordon. He'll move up to second as Mookie takes it in right field. It'll be back-to-back 2-out base hits. Now the Red Sox will be hosting the Seattle Mariners at Fenway next Friday through Sunday. Great seats still available. Visit redsox.com/tickets to get yours right now. So a little bit of trouble now for Rick Porcello with 2 down. Haniger will be next. He's gone 0 for 2 tonight, but he's their #1 run producer. Leads the majors with 11 game-winning hits. And the breaking ball misses for ball 1 just off the outside.
Yeah, Porcello wanted that. Not by very much did it miss.
Seattle trying to cut into the lead. They do have a home run tonight back in the 1st inning. There's a base hit rocketed into left field. Gordon's going to round. Martinez will flip it back to the infield. That run scores. The single by Haniger makes it 6-4. 3 consecutive base hits.
Yeah, 2 quick outs for Porcello. Single, single, single RBI. All started by Gordon's base hit, leading off after 2 are out.
RBI 53 for Mitch Haniger. Gordon can really motor, one of the fastest guys around, and he scores easily. Then Levangie out to the hill with Nelson Cruz coming up. He has struck out and popped up 0 for 2. You know, when hip and knee pain force you to sit out, make sure you visit the joint replacement experts at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Visit bidmc.org. Cruz 16 home runs, still outstanding power. And right in there for strike 1. Segura down to second, Haniger on at first, and a run in, a 6-4 game. Long way from over. Home run cut, but it's 0-2.
Back-to-back fastballs. That one at 92. A little bit farther inside.
Porcello hoping to end the inning on him, but he won't chase it.
Tried a 2-seamer, started outside, tried to pick up the outside corner. Not quite enough. See that ball come back a little bit, but not enough to be called a strike.
2-2. Red Sox do have activity in the bullpen. Two on and 2 out. And it's a full count on Cruz, who was in the hole 0-2. Embry starting to heat up in a hurry. Seager on deck. And the 3-2 from Porcello to Cruz, and he walked him. It's been an odd inning for Rick Porcello. He struck out the first man, got Zunino to ground out to third. Looked like he was going to mow them down, but then a base hit by Gordon, a base hit by Segura, a single by Haniger, now walk to Cruz, and they're loaded up.
Yeah, he tried the change up there on the 3-2 count to Cruz, but it was not even close.
And now facing a guy who's hit him well in the past, Seager. .313 lifetime coming into tonight. He's got a double. 1 for 2. And a good hitter with the bases loaded. A run in. And it's 0-1.
Challenge time, fastball that time, right down the middle of the plate, and a little bit late with the swing was Seager. Coming right after him with the bases loaded.
A man at every base for Seattle, and the 0-1. That's in there for a strike. So he has another man in the hole with Segura, Haniger, and Cruz all the way around. Porcello trying to wriggle free here in the 5th inning. And the 0-2. Poke foul.
And all fastballs from Porcello to Seager.
Healy on deck. But the issue at hand right now is Kyle Seager. .2 again. Ground ball into the shift. Brock Holt is there and on to first in plenty of time. Porcello gets out of it, but it tightens up in Seattle.
Post-game coverage of this Red Sox-Mariners game. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
6th inning, a 6-4 game. Red Sox up by a couple. Nunez looking to add to that lead. It'll be followed by Bradley and Leon against Rob Whelan, who's done a nice job restoring some order for the Mariners. Eduardo has flied out and he's taken ball 4, and he serves that one on the ground right to Gordon for a fast out. So 1 man gone. Jackie Bradley on the way up. So it's certainly going to be a bullpen night for both teams. Last inning, Rick Porcello got 2 fast outs, but then a base hit, a base hit, a base hit, and a walk, and a run scored. A shift on JBJ, who has a base hit, and he's lined out to first. Jackie looks like he is swinging with more assertiveness here in recent games.
Yeah, the contact has been much more solid. Even the outs. A lot of finals tumbling in from around baseball. We told you the Yankees won 5-0 over Tampa Bay. Angels have an 8-2 lead on Oakland in the 7th inning. The Astros have won again. They beat Kansas City 7-3. They're on a tear. Houston again. They've won 9 straight. Came into the day a half-game lead over Seattle at 2-1. In left center field, hit well. Heredia takes off. Back he goes. He's got it. 2 down the 6th inning. This Father's Day, you can give Dad the gift of baseball with MLB.tv. Watch baseball live or on demand on his favorite supported devices. Save 50% now through Father's Day. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. And if you ever get the chance when you come here to Seattle, if you do visit this fair city, make sure you do what Guerin did today and head on down to the Pike Place Market. We're going to show you some of that after the next half inning. Guerin playing with fish in Seattle. Sandy 0 for 2 in this one, a strikeout and a ground out. Fly ball into left center field toward the alley. Gamble moving over with Heredia. Heredia takes that, and the Red Sox go quietly here in the 6th inning.
Downtown area. Now this is a must-see place when you come to Seattle, and they are known for throwing and catching fish. Even David Ortiz did it in his final game in Seattle, and today I thought I'd give it a try. Okay.
Go Mariners! Go Mariners!
I got it! Whoa! Okay, can I do back jack? Oh, I want to throw it back. That's a lot of fish touching.
Here, right here. Just like this.
Okay.
Ready? You grab it right here, and you go.
Okay, I got this.
You got it?
Okay, I can handle this?
Here we go.
Okay.
Yell back jack.
Back jack!
Back jack! Hey!
Hey, that's perfect! It's like it was meant to go there.
Was that not supposed to happen, Garen? That last part?
No, I was
Okay.
supposed to throw it further, and obviously I didn't. So that was a new experience. A lot of fun. A lot of.
Nice catch, by the way.
Thank you. Well, that was actually the second take. The first time it ended up on the floor.
Okay, you're not supposed to say that.
I keep it real, you guys. I keep it real. But it was a lot of fun. But there was a lot of fish guts. It was very slimy, so I wasn't anticipating that. So it kind of just slid right on the floor.
Got out and missed by Healy. Very well done, though, and I enjoyed the visit. That is a great spot down there. It's a taste of Seattle, a real taste, fish guts or not.
Absolutely, and I was born and raised here, so it was kind of one of my bucket list things. So it was really fun to be able to do it today.
Sure. Well, thanks for taking us down there. That was pretty cool. So it's a great town. It really is.
Next time you guys have to come with me, though.
It's on the list. Believe me, it's on the list. And now we do have the original take, the one that she didn't catch.
Oh. A little more slippery than you think.
Yeah, you really got to body up on those. You've got to hug them. That's what they told us when I was down there a few years ago. Hug it.
Yeah.
Grab it like your life depends on it. Gamble is 0 for 2, but he did reach in the second inning and scored a run. Red Sox ahead 6-4, and that's in there, strike 3, as Porcello pins him to the plate.
Oh, nice slider by Porcello on the outside part of the plate. Bounced back very quickly in this inning with a back-to-back strikeouts. Ooh, that was borderline, but Porcello will take it.
Look at that sunset. That's what we're talking about. The hills look like they're ablaze out there, but that's just the sun setting. So back-to-back strikeouts, and now 9 in the game for Rick Porcello. He's had a fascinating night, hasn't he?
Yeah, it really has been a tough start, great middle innings, a tough 5th inning after 2 were out, and now 2 quick strikeouts.
He hasn't had a 10 strikeout game this year into center field, but backing up Brock Holt, and he's got it. 1, 2, 3, they go, and a big time bounce back from Rick Porcello. Rick Porcello's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. He's at 100 pitches on the nose. This is going to be very interesting to see if he comes back out for another inning. 6 and 4 earned runs.
Yeah, the way he was taking congratulations in the dugout, I kind of feel like maybe that's it for him. I know there's nobody in the bullpen now, but usually after 1 and out, it might be Hembry that gets up and loosens up again.
And he's already warmed up.
Yes, he has.
Mookie Betts, 1 for 3 with a single, tears into that one. It's out of the glove of Seager, and he'll have no play as it rolls back toward the pitcher's mound on what should be a base hit.
Yeah, that'll be a base hit.
It'll be a single and the second one of the ball game for Mookie. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's Adam Pellerin. Adam, thank you very much. Red Sox at the moment with a half-game lead. Brock Holt, the batter, he's 1 for 3 tonight. Looks like Hembry is going to start warming again. Mookie with 13 stolen bases. See if he does some running here.
Yeah, good combination to do something with. Stolen base.
He's holding, and it's a strike.
Taking a look out at Whelan out of the stretch. See how quick his move is to home plate with a man at first base. Red Sox, that was their first hit since the 3rd inning.
And the Red Sox scored 6 times. Brock Holt looking down at Carlos Fablis to get a sign. See if something is up here. Mookie with the lead at first. 6-4 Boston. Runner holds. 1-1. Red Sox are trying to go 5 for 5 on this road trip to start. Hembry looking on now. He's all heated up. And I've said this before about Rick Porcello. He gives you a gutsy effort. You know, even if he doesn't have his A-list stuff.
Right.
Even if early on he was getting knocked around a little bit, he's able to limit damage more often than not, keep his ball club in the game, gave the Red Sox an opportunity to get those runs and get on top.
Well, I think you see a little bit of the difference tonight in maturity level. You know, you got a Porcello guy who's been around a long time. Things are a little rough for him at the beginning of the game, but he hangs in there. And Paxton, when things got rough for him, he just crumbled under it. So, you know, the more experience you get, you learn how to deal with certain situations.
The 1-1 to Brock. J.D. Martinez on deck. Runner staying put, and it's flipped foul. These two clubs meeting again. Which will be late afternoon here tomorrow. It'll be 5 o'clock local time. It'll be Stephen Wright against Wade LeBlanc. And a 1-2 from Whelan. Fly ball into right field. Haniger has that measured. One man away. Betts back to first base. Martinez will be next. This summer, Dunkin's got ice cream inspired iced coffee in flavors you love. Pistachio, cookie dough, butter pecan. Stop by and grab your favorite flavor. America runs on Dunkin'. Price and participation may vary, and this is a limited time offer. And the concourses are packed here with a huge crowd. Largest crowd since opening day in Seattle. Here's J.D. Martinez, 1 for 3 with a single tonight. 44,459 on hand. And a lot of Red Sox fans from this part of the country. Mookie Betts off the bag at first with one down. Not running. And it's 2-0. This, by the way, the 12th start this season for Rick Porcello, in which he has gone 6 or more innings. That leads the staff. What has been an exceptionally good pitching staff. Here comes the 2-0. And ball 3. James Paxton, their Cy Young candidate, lasted only 2 1/3. He had a 3-0 lead. He was in great shape early, and it all came undone in the 3rd inning. Combination of errors and hits and a 3-run homer by Xander Bogaerts knocked him out of the ballgame. 3-0 with the runner staying put, and that is ball 4. So JD is on. He was on base 3 times last night, now twice tonight. First and second, one away for Mitch Moreland. Red Sox could really use a little more breathing room. It's 6-4 in the 7th.
Yeah, I like to get those runs back. There's no question about that.
Mitch has gone 0 for 3. Did reach on one of their 3 errors. And scored a run in the 3rd inning. And the Red Sox batted around. Two on, and the first one is driven into right field. Coming on Haniger, and he's going to make the catch. Runners will have to hold as Mookie Betts got back in. Haniger's got a very good arm out there in right field. He's not afraid to use it.
Yeah, Mookie had to really scuffle to get back to the bag. It was a very nice play by Hanigan and a hard sinking line drive. And then watch Mookie. He's kind of hanging out there, and all of a sudden here comes the throw, and he's going to get back. Just gets the foot on the bag.
Yeah, Haniger's got a hose out there. So first and second, 2 gone for Xander Bogaerts.
You know what happens as a runner at second base when a guy makes a catch like that? You think he's going to throw it to the cutoff man headed to third base. Instead, he goes right to second base and almost got Betts.
3-run homer in the 3rd inning for Xander. He homered last night as well. He'll take one down to the dirt. Nice block there by Zunino to keep Betts at second. 6 runs on 7 hits for Boston, 4 runs on 7 hits for Seattle. With a win, the Red Sox would improve to 10-4 in the month of June. But a ways to go yet. The 1-0 on the way to Bogaerts. So now he has the count his way and a chance to drive the ball if he gets something to hit. Up to 11 home runs and 39 runs batted in. He'll take ball 3. Devers on deck.
The way Bogaerts is swinging about right now, you may give him the green light. Even though you got the lefty Devers on deck.
Well, his first 2 at-bats last night against King Felix, he was nowhere near.
A lot of breaking balls away.
And then just crushed it the 3rd time up on a fastball. 3-0 he's taking.
That was a good pitch. Fastball right down the middle of the plate.
So 3-1. Betts at second, Martinez at first. Line shot up the middle, a diving play by Gordon. He'll flip to second base, and that cost the Red Sox a run. A brilliant play by Dee Gordon. 6-4 Boston.
Run. This ball goes rocketing over the head right there of Whelan, the pitcher. But Dee Gordon on the dive. You'll see him at second base. Take that ball right out of center field and get the force out at second. So beautiful play there by Gordon. That saves a run, and what a rocket that was by Bogaerts.
Boy, that almost took Whelan with it.
Yeah.
And Xander denied on an outstanding swing. And Whelan's just happy that that got by him. So Zunino will lead things off here as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Red Sox leading 6-4. Dee Gordon will be next. And then Gene Segura against Heath Hembree. So the night done for Rick Porcello. He can win it. Hembree was outstanding Tuesday night at Baltimore. Got the win as he struck out the side in a perfect 11th inning. Good giddy up there in the fastball, 96.
Basically a two-pitch pitcher. Fastballs 96 plus. Sliders down and away from right-handers.
Pop foul back out of play, 1-2. So Rick Porcello went 6, gave up 4 runs, 7 hits. He struck out 9 to tie his season high. Red Sox fell behind early, rallied to take the lead with 6 runs in the 3rd inning, and they have led since then. 1-2 from Hembree.
Trying to find that outside corner with the slider, but missing quite a distance away.
Looking to put him away, and he ran it high and tight. 3-2.
Mislocation that time. Fastball was supposed to be away, comes up and in.
Zunino with pretty good power. He tends to be an all or nothing guy. 3-2. Fly ball, well hit. Betts racing back, turning, and that one's gone. Zunino with his 11th home run of the season. That'll make it a 1-run game here in the 7th. Opposite field power for Mike Zunino.
Well, you said all or nothing. That time it was all. Opposite field again. Looks like the slider that time from Hembree right off the outside part of the plate, and he goes right with it to the opposite field. So back to the top of the lineup with Dee Gordon. That means Devers will be in tight on the grass at third base.
Gordon 1 for 3 with a base hit, looking to bunt and drags it, and it's a beauty, but it's going to roll foul. It stays fair. There's no way the Red Sox get him. He can be a very, very exciting player for Seattle.
Yeah, when you have a drag bunt like that, the whole idea is to try to get it between the pitcher, the first baseman, and second baseman and have nobody cover the bag. The way the Red Sox try to defend the drag bunt is to have the second baseman come in and charge it and have Whelan stay home. You see Holt coming in, Whelan going to the bag, but I mean that ball's right down the line and you just rolled into foul territory. But they have a little different defense than a lot of teams. It would be tough dragging on them.
Gordon, a .287 hitter. Comes up empty, 0-2.
Fastball right by him that time.
Seattle is better than a lot of clubs when trailing after 6 innings. They're 8-17. They have come back quite a bit. Won a lot of close games. But the Red Sox took game 1 2-1. 0-2, and he spoils it. 95-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. So it is going to take a strong effort by the bullpen for the Sox to get this one to the win column. Ryan Cook getting going in their bullpen.
Yeah, they've They've had the one big inning tonight, but that's been about it.
Serve toward third. A funny bounce. Devers has to hustle, and he got him. See if they challenge this, but out at first is the call by Lance Barrett.
Yeah, they're going to take a look at it. At least they're going to look and see if they're going to have a challenge. I think he might be out. And they're not going to look at it.
Yep, that got him.
I'm going to tell you, that was a good play by Devers because that ball to third base had an awful lot of spin on it.
It sure did. Serious English. He stayed with it. Made a very strong and accurate throw. He had to. Here's Segura. He's had a good night. A home run and a base hit. He is 2 for 3. One away and a run in. 6-5 now. Red Sox lead has been cut to 1. Breaking ball popped him up and is backing out of play. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. One line drive into left field coming on Martinez. He'll make the play. JD got a good jump on that, and they're a 2 away.
Hitting the ball hard, though, of Henry this inning. Certainly the home run, and that ball blistered to left field. Slicing away from JD Martinez, but he makes the play. Checking the card, see how he's going to be playing with Haniger coming up.
Haniger 1 for 3, an RBI single in the 5th inning. Nobody on base, 2 down. Bottom of the 7th. Cruz on deck. And a strike. Pitch 1, a curveball. Sox in the 8th inning will have due up Devers, Nunez, Bradley against the Seattle bullpen. One ball, 1 strike. Colomé and Cook side by side now. Colomé, one of the recent acquisitions by Jerry DiPoto, the general manager. It's really built a fine ball club here. 1-1 will be in there for a strike. The preference certainly would be to leave Cruz in the on-deck circle and end the inning right here on Haniger. 2-2. Red Sox won a thriller here last night on a game-ending double play in the bottom of the 9th inning with the tying and potential winning runs on base. But Craig Kimbrell got the double play. The 2-2 skips up there.
Henry doesn't quite have that same slider tonight that we've seen in his last couple of outings. That sharp breaker that would pick up the outside corner.
I'm trying to get through this inning with just the home run by Zunino, but he's gone full on Haniger. He has very good power himself. Here's the payoff pitch, and he walks him. So Cruz will hit in the inning.
Come see the Paw Sox take on the Syracuse Chiefs Friday, June 22nd. The first 3,000 fans that arrive at McCoy Stadium receive a replica Pedro Martinez number 45 jersey, compliments of Nesson, Dunkin' Donuts, and Supercuts. Go to PawSox.com to buy tickets and for more information.
Well, Dana Levangie, the pitching coach, marching out here with Cruz coming up. He's gone 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. But Hembree has just passed on Haniger with 2 down. He's put him aboard. Probably recall Nelson Cruz was suspended 50 games back in 2013 for his involvement in the biogenesis scandal. Soon after that he came west, so he's been harder to follow since then for those of us on the East Coast. But the last 4 years he's gone 40 and 108, 44 and 93, 43 homers and 105 RBIs. And last year, 39 and 119 RBIs.
That's not too bad. Those are pretty good numbers.
And he remains an outstanding power threat.
Certainly does.
About to turn 38 years old. Two down and a 1-0. He was a mile from hitting that. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Slider down and away. That's more of the slider we've become accustomed to seeing from Hembree right there.
See if he throws it again. That one with the heat up top. And missed with it. 2-1. Bottom 7, a run in for Seattle. They've tightened it up 6-5 Sox. And the 2-1. And he popped him up. Brock Holt is under in short right. And he puts it away. So they settle for the 1. A 1-run game at the end of 7. Competition at the All-Star game in addition to Home Run Derby. 57% of you would like to see that.
I'm in the 43% bracket on that. I think the Home Run Derby thing's enough.
I would agree with that. It's actually been a big success. Well, here comes Ryan Cook, the right-hander, was briefly with the Red Sox back in 2015.
Yeah, battled back from Tommy John surgery.
Out of the University of Southern California. So appearing in his 10th game with Seattle, pitching here in the 8th inning. Red Sox leading 6-5 with Devers at the plate. Bounding ball through for a base hit. So he has his second single tonight. He's 2 for 4. Good start for the Red Sox in the 8th. Trying to get more of a cushion here late at Safeco Field. And for every Red Sox hit in June, Echo Store Technologies will donate $50 to the Sean Thornton Foundation, raising funds to find a cure for Parkinson's disease and pediatric cancer. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Nunez is 0 for 2 with a walk, and back in Devers.
Devers, of course, has already run tonight, has a stolen base. Last time he got a hit back in the 3rd inning. That's when they had the Mariners on the ropes.
Would you be surprised if he stole 10 bases?
No, not at all.
It went down the line. That one slicing into the corner, and it's caught by a fan in foul territory. He brought the glove to the ballpark, and he used it.
Now, Devers for a big guy can run. I mean, he's not a blazer by any means, but he runs pretty well. Nice catch by the fan, and no fan interference because there was no player even close to that.
Yeah, we said it before about Rafael, that when he gets going.
Yeah, he goes pretty well.
Nobody out, a man aboard in a tight one.
What do you think about a hit and run play right here, Dave?
Always like the idea with Nunez at the plate.
Yep.
Because of the way he handles the bat, how he can protect a runner. Got a big hole there on the right side. He's very proficient going that way.
Good thing I didn't do it. Bad pitch to do it on there. That's one you'd have to let go.
2-1. Hits are even at 8. And the count goes to 3-1. Seattle bullpen's been very good tonight. 4 2/3 scoreless innings, just 2 hits. Runner takes off. That is high for ball 4. Devers goes diving headlong into second base, but it's a walk to Nunez. Sox have something brewing here. Runners at first and second in the 8th inning.
Sunday at 3, don't miss Red Sox first pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. Adam and Steve will preview the series finale between the Red Sox and the Mariners.
Jackie Bradley will be the batter. 1 for 3, a single and a run. That happened in that 6-run 3rd inning where the Red Sox just shocked Seattle. Mariners went in up 3-0.
This will be interesting. Will Bradley bunt here? They brought Benintendi out on deck.
And Zunino will walk it back out to the mound.
You may not have to because Cook's all over the place right now.
Stottlemyre heading out to the hill. The pitching coach. Base hit and a walk, and the Red Sox have a couple of men on, nobody out, leading by 1 run. And indeed, Benintendi, who did not start tonight, has come to the on-deck area. And he would hit for Sandy Leon in the 9-hole. And the Red Sox with a huge run out there at second base this late in the contest. No bunt on the first pitch. Now he indicates bunt and offered at it, according to Bill Welke. So that's a strike and a count 1-1.
You know, it kind of makes sense, to try to bunt him over. Now he may not like that attempt there and take it off. But they're trying to go down that third base line and get second and third. And you'd probably have to pitch to Benintendi because you don't want to load the bases for Mookie Betts.
Yeah, certainly not. See if he's offering again. He is not. Swings away and taps a foul, and it's 1-2. Red Sox have only scored in 1 inning tonight. And what has been the most interesting game, really, for the second night in a row here in Seattle. Cook takes a sign. Devers and Nunez get their leads in a 1-2. He won't chase it. 2-2. Cook back in 2015 with the Red Sox made 5 appearances at an ERA of 27. 13 hits allowed in 4 1/3. He strikes out Jackie Bradley. He fans. That is a big first out. And now Benintendi being announced. He will hit for Sandy Leon, who went 0 for 2. Nobody warming in the bullpen for Seattle. Benintendi .297 with 12 home runs. He was 0 for 4 last night. That snapped an 18-game on-base streak. Hard ground ball down for it. Seager goes to third for 1 out across the diamond, not in time. He did get Devers at third on the forced play. They're safe at first and second.
Now they may walk Betts, even righty against righty with, oh no, I'm sorry, that was at third base. Never mind.
2 men aboard for Mookie, who has 2 hits tonight. He's gone 2 for 4. These are the kind of moments that come up in a season when you're having a great year like Mookie Betts, that can sway MVP votes when you look back at the course of the year and how it shakes out. You know, a 1-run game with 2 down on the road late at night. A breaking ball will miss for ball 1. Brock Holt on deck. Base hit here would certainly be a clutch hit for Betts, who has driven in 38. Sox ahead 6-5 in a 1-0. Nothing to hit yet. Nunez down to second. Benintendi at first, so good speed out there for Mookie Betts. And Cook fires. That's ball 3. So he's gone to 3-0. And now they're going to put him on. Service says walk him intentionally once it went to 3-0. So that will load up the bases for Brock Holt.
Sunday at 3:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. Adam and Steve will have an in-depth preview of Eduardo Rodriguez's start against the Mariners. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Brock Holt, a .319 career hitter against Seattle. He is 1 for 4 with a base hit tonight. Ball 1. Two walks and a single in this inning. Red Sox trying to grab another all-important run here in the top of the 8th. In for a strike. Brock does have 1 career grand slam that came in Toronto. They're all filled up for him. One from Cook. That's a strike.
And a borderline strike, but a good call. keeping that ball away from Brock Holt.
One, two now with the bases loaded. Fly ball into left field. Gamble backs up a bit, but he'll put that away. Red Sox threaten but cannot get a run in.
This week on Dining Playbook, we're at the quaint.
In 6-5, couple of changes. Vasquez in to catch, and in to pitch will be the right-hander Matt Barnes, as he'll take over for Heath Hembree. 2.43 ERA, appearance number 30 for Matt, and he will get 5, 6, and 7 in the Mariner batting order. Mike Zunino belted a home run against Hembree last inning to cut the Red Sox lead to 1, and that's where we sit. Barnes, the right-hander, tossed a scoreless 8th inning in Wednesday night's win at Baltimore. He's posted a career-best 13-inning scoreless streak. That's over 12 games. Seager has doubled, struck out, and grounded to second. So here we go to the bottom of the 8th here at Safeco. In there for a strike with a curveball. For Barnes, the third Red Sox pitcher. Rick Porcello started. He went 6. Rick can still win it. If he does, he goes to 9-3. But the bullpen will have to continue its fine work. Six runs, 8 hits for Boston, 5 runs on 8 hits for Seattle. It made 3 errors. One and one. Over 45,000 here tonight. Their biggest crowd since opening day here in Seattle. Here comes the 1-1 now to Seager. He's got 12 home runs. Got to be careful with him. 1-2.
That curveball by Barnes. He's thrown him a couple down. 2 out of the 3 pitches have been curveballs.
Sox have not been as high as 27 over 500. Their season high 26 over right now. After last night's dramatic win. Here comes the 1-2. And that one misses in, I guess.
A little bit too high that time.
2-2.
Close. They wanted it upstairs, but he wouldn't chase it.
Healy on deck. And a 2-2 to Seager. Down he goes. He struck him out 97 miles an hour.
Once again, you know, location is not always exactly pinpoint. They wanted that fastball up. It was down about belt high on the outside part of the plate, and he gets the strikeout. See where Vasquez is setting the ball up high. It gets down a little bit lower than that, but perfect on the corner.
Tough pitch. So Barnes gets his first man. Healy next. He's 1 for 3, a single. He has fly to center and struck out as well. Tonight, game number 71, so we are well beyond the 1/3 pole. And that's going to miss. A little bit up, 2 balls, no strikes on Healy. Gamble on deck. Couple of home runs tonight for Seattle. Segura hit 1 in the first inning. Zunino belted 1 last inning. Red Sox have 1, a 3-run shot from Xander Bogaerts in that key 3rd inning when the Red Sox scored 6 times. The 2-0. He's gone to 3-0. Now if he walks him, that will put the tying run aboard in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1 down. So Barnes needs to come all the way back in this count. And he's going to walk him instead. He walked him on 4 straight. So Healy is on. Gamble coming up. It's our game summary now, brought to you by Xfinity. Xander Bogaerts with a 3-run homer, number 11. Remember, he also homered last night. James Paxton, their ace, only lasted 2 1/3. Charged with 5 earned runs. They played bad defense behind him too early in the game. And Segura has launched a home run. Romine is going to run for Healy at first base. They tried this last night in the 9th inning, but he never scored. Gamble is 0 for 3 with a run. Last 2 times he has struck out. That's a strike. An easy 97 from Barnes there.
Have been starting a lot of guys off with the curveball. That time he decides it's the fastball to get ahead.
Sox up the middle at double play depth, looking to turn 2. Here's the 0-1. And a base hit instead off into left field by Gamble. Romine to second. He pulls up there. First and second with 1 away. So Gamble has hit safely in 5 consecutive games. And Denard Span is going to bat now. He will hit for Heredia in the 8th spot. Veteran left-hand hitter was all sorts of trouble for the Red Sox on opening day with a 3-run triple.
Yeah, this guy scares me a little bit when he comes to the plate. Been around a long time. Dangerous hitter. Two on and 1 out.
Seattle now ahead in hits 9-8. Breaking ball in there for strike one to get started on Span. We mentioned his 3-run triple on opening day. Of course, that was with Tampa Bay. He has since been traded, leaving Tampa Bay, which is his home. He grew up there. Rumbelow and Diaz, their closer, working in the bullpen. And Barnes with a 1-strike pitch. Pops out of the mitt, but the runners are going to stay put at first and second. Vasquez able to scoop it up quickly.
Very fortunate for Vasquez. That ball bounced to the left side toward third base, and there's no advance by the runners. That could have been 2 men in scoring position. Ball just bouncing right out of the glove of Vasquez, a fastball.
Romine and Gamble aboard. And with 1 down, here comes the 1-1 to Denard Span. Fastball and foul ball. 98, his best velocity so far since coming on.
Span very late on that swing on that 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
0 for 3 lifetime against Barnes. Red Sox leading by a run in the 8th inning. Zunino's on deck. He's had a good night. Driven in 2 runs. Last time up a homer to right field. And a 1-2. In the inning, a walk and a base hit. Barnes studying the mitt of Vasquez. Long look, and now he steps off. And a 2-2 to Denard Span. Going to find a lot of grass. It's down into the corner, up against the wall. Romine is in. Gamble's trying to score. Here's the throw home. They will not get him. Span coming off the bench, and he delivers a gigantic hit to put Seattle in the lead.
Well, he's done it to the Red Sox a couple of times this year, and I said it before he came to the plate. He scares me. He's been around a long time. He got the curveball last time from Barnes. And right down that right field line. No problem for both runners to score on this. Span goes in at second base. All of a sudden, the Mariners have a 1-run lead. And their closer, Diaz, is very good.
So they're on top 7-6 now. Span strikes again. Only 1 down. Zunino, the hitter. He's homered and singled. Span really fired up.
He's done it to the Red Sox a couple of times this season.
Yeah, he did it on opening day at Tropicana Field. And now again on June 15 in 2 different uniforms. With 2 different ball clubs. So Barnes roughed up a walk, a single, and now a 2-run double. And the Red Sox are trailing for the first time since the 3rd inning. They have rallied here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the 1-1 from Matt Barnes.
Yeah, it's really been one big inning for the Red Sox in this game, and it's been peck away since that time for the Seattle Mariners.
Yeah, Seattle has scored in 5 different innings.
Yep.
Dee Gordon on deck. Span has been a real thorn in the side for the Red Sox this season on 2 different coasts. Barnes trying to get Zunino, and down he goes with a big home run swing for out number 2. And the top of the order now, Dee Gordon with a man at second base. And Diaz really has been one of the best closers in all of baseball, warming up in their bullpen. For the Red Sox in the 9th inning, due up Martinez, Moreland, and Bogarts.
Diaz throws hard with a nasty slider.
And he is heating up in a hurry right now. He has 25 saves already. That'll back off Gordon for ball 1. Two down, a man at second, and 2 runs in, and the 1-0. On the infield of Brock Holtz. He'll flip on to get him. Red Sox are down a run as we go to the 9th inning, 7-6 Seattle. Love is now bigger than ever this summer. Southwest Airlines low hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Back in Seattle, Red Sox are down a run as we go to the 9th inning. And the closer is on, Edwin Diaz. Hard throwing right-hander from Puerto Rico. Just 24 years old, but he has emerged as one of the best in the business with 25 saves and a ton of strikeouts. Here's Martinez. First pitch rather wild at 98. JD 1 for 3 with a base hit. Gamble now in right field. Haniger is now in center. And Span in left. Moreland on deck. He is tough to hit as well. A 156 batting average. 2-0. There's a rocket up the middle for a base hit toward the alley. And Martinez is on with a very solid single here in the 9th inning.
Yeah, third time he's been on tonight. 2 singles and a walk.
Time of the Geico Red Sox moment honoring the 13 champions. Game number 71. Red Sox lost to the Orioles 6-3. Will Middlebrooks with a 3-run homer.
Well, the Red Sox have emptied the bench. Swihart comes in to run for J.D. Martinez.
And Romine is also taken over at first base. So a lot of changes defensively for Seattle. And Mitch Moreland is due. He's 0 for 4 in this one. He's had a cool trip to this point. And look at the strike. 98 miles an hour. Diaz has struck out about 42% of the batters he has faced. And the 0-1 almost got away from Zunino. 1 ball, 1 strike.
That ball had a lot of movement on it going down and away from Mitch Moreland. Pretty good job by Zunino to make that play and keep Swihart at first base. Look at that backhand.
1-run game in the 9th. And a 1-1 pitch. And now Zunino would like a word with Diaz, who's a little bit wild. Seattle just grabbed a couple of runs in the bottom of the 8th inning off of Matt Barnes to surge into the lead 7-6. But the Red Sox have the leadoff man on in Swihart, taking over for Martinez, who ripped the single. Bogart's on deck. 2-1 popped up but foul back out of play to even the count on Moreland. So the Red Sox trying to rally from a deficit for the second time tonight. They were down 3-0 early. Put up 6 runs in the 3rd inning. They've not scored since then. And now trail by 1. And the cut and miss strike 3 got him with a breaking ball.
That's that devastating slider we were talking about. 98-mile-an-hour fastball and that slider. You can see the slider breaking. Not a big break to it, but at 90 miles an hour down in the zone.
Xander Bogaerts in this one, a big part of that comeback in the 3rd inning as he crushed a 3-run homer. He is 1 for 4. In there for strike 1.
Gets ahead with the slider that time.
Workman just in case. Devers on deck. That disappeared quickly. 0-2.
Back-to-back sliders.
It's been a long time here in Seattle since you've heard a big festive crowd like this. 0-2, runner goes, and it's knocked foul. Swihart got a good jump. And he'll have to retreat to first. Five saves, the third most in Mariners history before the All-Star break. He's been doing it with the strikeout pitch. The 0-2 runner goes, and it is low and it's dropped. Down to second base, Swihart. And no swing by Bogaerts, so he hangs in there.
And Bogaerts just barely not swinging at that ball. Ball gets by Zunino. The steal of second base by Swihart. Red Sox have the tying run in scoring position.
One and two on Xander. Blocked out in front of the plate. Good stop by Zunino to keep Swihart at second.
And Sliders has been a mixed bag tonight, hasn't it? It's on a couple of good ones and some bad ones.
7-6 Seattle. One down, ninth inning. Tying run at second. And the young closer ready to fire a 2-2 pitch to Xander Bogaerts. Ball three.
There's a slider again, missing away.
JD Martinez, who singled to get on and then gave way to Swihart, looking on.
Having trouble controlling that pitch right now.
Here's the 3-2. Got a piece of it to hang in there. Again, he got the breaking ball.
Yeah, and that time inside.
Xander just making contact to stay alive. Here's the eighth pitch of the at bat coming up. (3-2) and he walked him. And the Red Sox have him on at first and second with one away.
And he decided to stay with that slider consistently against Bogaerts and just did not have control of it. And give Xander credits. He didn't chase a bad pitch.
Rafael Devers is 2 for 4 tonight with a couple of singles.
He can turn around a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Swings and he pops it up a mile in the air to center. Segura out in the outfield. They call an infield fly. He'll make the catch for the second out. So first and second, Red Sox have two down. And it's up to Eduardo Nunez. Who tonight is 0 for 2 and he's drawn 2 walks. Swihart at second base, Xander Bogaerts at first, representing the tying and go-ahead runs. Line shot foul for strike one. That slider again on the first pitch.
Oh, he throws a lot of them, doesn't he?
Mariners got 2 in the 8th inning off of Matt Barnes to take the lead. And they're up 7-6. Runners go, and it's pop foul back out of play. Both men on the move, but now the count is 0-2. Big crowd of about 45,000 here at Safeco. They've seen a very, very interesting game. Seattle went up 3-0. Red Sox took a 6-3 lead. Mariners have been chipping away since that third inning. Took the lead in the 8th inning, but now the Red Sox have runners at first and second here in the 9th with 2 down and 2 strikes on Eduardo Nunez. Oh, 2 coming. And a little chopper toward first base. Romine's got it. He taps the bag, and that's the end of the night. Final score tonight, 7-6 Seattle as they rally late and knock off the Red Sox. Adam, that's how game 2 comes to an end.